Welcome to Oh No, the Zozo Show. I'm that gayish friend that wants you to enjoy every bit of your orgasm because you fucking deserve it. I'm covered. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in with me another week. I hope you've been doing well. I know I've definitely been going through a lot, so I went and decided to get myself a therapist. That's right. It's been a while, and this time I'm actually going to follow through with it. So I figured, hell, let's talk about it. Today's topic is mental health. I'm still covered. So I have been feeling out of my mind, stressed and overwhelmed. There's just been so much going on, and I never really take the time for myself to say, hey bitch, focus on you. Like, it's okay to be greedy with your time. That's why I took a lot of opportunity to focus on myself during the pandemic, because I really wanted to try and evolve as a better person. I needed to figure out what was going on with me. So I had to get to the root of a lot of aggressions. I mean, between that and a lot of mushrooms, thank goodness. And let me tell you, black people, minorities, listen to me. That shit heals. But that's another story for another day. I just definitely knew I needed to get to a place where I didn't have as much mental anguish, and I needed to seek help. You know, growing up, having my own sexual identity being shunned by a lot of my family definitely made it hard for me to figure out who I was. When they noticed a little bit of zhuzh or sass, they frowned upon it, and that can do a lot for wanting to be accepted. And who doesn't want to be accepted? But when you stop giving a fuck, you're golden. But the idea that I had to pretend continually to be somebody else that I'm not really just was a lot of overwhelming chaos internally. Having a particular sexual orientation doesn't mean you have any mental health problems. Lying about it, or lying to yourself, on the other hand, along with other people, that's a different story. But the experience you have because of your sexuality can impact your mental health. Sometimes people are bullied or treated differently or badly because of their sexuality. You might be made to feel different because those around you have a preference or a gender ideal of what they think is appropriate or what's not, or you might have friends or family who don't understand your sexuality. But let me tell you, you are okay mentally. You are more than okay for who you like as a person, as long as they are old enough and they consent. Who gives a fuck? Bring them to my table. I'll feed them. Did they eat, baby? Did you eat? Let me feed you. There are a lot of feelings that are associated with not being able to feel as though you can open up to who you are internally. I mean, these feelings, when bottled up, can make you feel upset or worried or isolated. And, just because society will treat you differently and not understand your sexuality, and whether they choose to accept it or not with caution, it's not right that you don't have a place where you don't feel comfortable. It wasn't right for a young me to not feel as though I wasn't comfortable being able to express who I was. And I hope in doing this, there are people who can turn and say, hey, okay, I'm not so crazy after all. I mean, I'm a little cuckoo crazy, but it's okay. It's kind of being mitigated. And, even though some of you may not have experienced these things directly yourself, I'm sure you've likely heard or witnessed or experienced people who have been treated badly, and you're not wanting to come out yourself. Understandably so. It takes time for everybody. And this might make you again, afraid of sharing your sexuality with others, especially if it's for the first time. But let's go over some ways that might make you feel comfortable. Let's go over some ways that might get you through all the stress and anxiety that you have going over this. Let's talk to God Papa. Let's talk to your fairy God Papa. Now, before we begin, I had to cover up this time underneath this gorgeous little kimono slash robe thing, and it's golden peacocks, sequin, just everywhere. I put it on, and bitch, I am feeling good. Oh my goodness. And so I just, like, it was too risque, and I record this, so I had to put some underwear underneath, and had my little chapeau. So I got myself feeling real cute. Throw on some heels, and I'm ready for a summer party, honey. Trust me, and I'm about to go to one this weekend, so get ready, boys. I might make an appearance. Anyways, let's behave. Going back to taking steps to taking care of your mental health, the first one is talk it out. Talk to someone you trust about how you're feeling. Not knowing exactly what to convey is completely normal, and someone that might be able to help you understand what you're feeling can be a close relative or a really close friend, or just a casual acquaintance, somebody that you feel as though you can rely on. Obviously a therapist is definitely going to help, and my decision to do it after several years was an important one for myself because I needed it. The second one, this is a great therapy for me. I think you guys already know this from the first season. If you recall the Mommy, I'm Not Stupid poem, I broke down and I cried so hard, and it was a little bit embarrassing, but it was so rewarding. Now, when I say rewarding, I realize that it might have shed a little bit of harsh light into some of my childhood past, but that was able to get a lot of things off of my chest. Those are things that were really causing a lot of grief and a lot of burden, and I was reverting back to that angry little child, and I didn't like that. So I got to write it out, and it's a great release. It was something that I relish in, and I continue it to this day. Anywho, third one, wipe out your social media. Just clear the junk out. You don't have to follow everyone. You don't have to agree with everyone's post or disagree with everyone's post. If it's causing you that much angst and that much anxiety, block the people, unfollow them, or just take a break and delete it altogether. Take care of your brain. What you see online is not real. Even this, okay? Because I am freeballing in sweats and a t-shirt, but when I need to glam it up, it's fun. Number 4, as opposed to completely wiping out your social media, how about find help online? Online therapy or online influencers who can relate to how you're feeling can really go a long way. And it is really nice to be able to relate to somebody who has likely been going through what you're going through or feeling what you're feeling at moments. It'll give you solutions that you likely might not have thought possible. Number 5, set boundaries. I used to have a very hard time doing this, and I think it was because being the youngest, I was always taught to appease, and I used to be a people pleaser. I'm much happier not being a people pleaser. It's so much easier. Like, oh my God. And it's really made sex so much better. But outside of that, we're really focusing on mental health, setting boundaries with your family, especially friends, work, etc. Learning that it's okay to say no and I need time for myself are learned habits. So start practicing. When you don't feel comfortable saying you don't want to do something, say no. No thank you, not at all, no gracias, I don't want it. Those who love you will understand. Taking time for yourself is important. Number 6, find a mental safe place. Do things that make you calm and help you focus. Get yourself an ideal map in the back of your brain and just say, hey, this is where I can escape, this is where I can create, and this is where I know nobody can get a hold of me, where nobody can get a hold of my thought processes and disrupt my peace. And I'm trying to practice what I preach, so I went and I got myself a fucking therapist. And I have fucking trust issues. I even told him, I'm just like, we don't do this. He's like, when you say we, what do you mean we? I'm just like, we as in black people, black men. It was always taught that we weren't supposed to do this, but now it's just like, oh, fuck me. Let's break these toxic habits. Be a little selfish. Have a little bit of time to focus on you. Have a little time to recognize and have somebody help you figure out how you can best help yourself. And you can shop around because therapists need help too. Okay? Let's get to a nookie fact. Nookie fact. Studies show that over 40% of LGBTQ adults have experienced rejection from family members or close friends. Well, I think that's hogwash, and give your fairy goddaddy a call because he's got lots of love to give you. Okay, back to the show, everyone. Mwah. So, everyone, what am I trying to say? Take good care of your mental health. Take good care of your health. Anyways, I'm just being a little bit silly. Really, though, take care of your mental health. Guard your heart. Protect your peace. Anywho, can't wait to see you all next week. As always, love and peace. This is Zoe. Mwah.